All right, I just want to jump right into it. It's kind of been, I guess, in my opinion, like a long time coming. I feel like, I don't know if you know this, but we actually used to work together. Um,
I think so. I'm
yes,
really good with faces and I cannot
yes.
remember.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Like, it was so long ago. I think it was like 2017 or 2018 that I worked there.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, for the audience that doesn't know, we actually worked at HEB together. And we just didn't really know each other back then. But then I came across Sierra on social media and I've been following her since. So, yeah, I just, here on our podcast, we like to get like straight into like the origin story. So, like, I really want to know like where it began for you because, of course, you're working just a normal, 8-hour job, and that was so long ago. So like fast forward to now, like where did it start that you were like, I'm gonna start recording myself and I'm gonna put myself out there? Because if I know correctly, it's content creating came first before your business, right? Okay, so tell me how you got started as a content creator.
So I actually got started as a content creator, I would say about maybe 4 or 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I started recording and filming for a local business that I worked for at the time. She's a well-known event planner and she wanted to start just capturing her events for her page.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, yeah, like let me get into this, let me start doing this. And at the time, like I would say this was like 2021. And I really wasn't a TikTok user. I wasn't. I hadn't jumped on that band yet. And I was like, you
Right.
know what? Let me try to learn this. Let me figure this out. And so I started creating for her. Well, then I've always liked posting for myself, but I really wasn't a consistent, avid creator. So I started posting for her. And then I started posting for another business. And I started posting for another business. And I was like, man, this is actually a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoy creating and capturing videos for other people. So when it came to creating for myself, I just never did it yet. And then one day, it was 2023, I believe. I was like, you know what? I'm going to start my own creating, like creator business. I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
start creating for all small businesses in the coastal bend and just help them push their brand because at that point, I kind of knew the ropes already. It was easy for me to just create for other people. So I started that. It was called Bend Collective. The week I announced it and launched it, I got a call the next day to be the social media manager for a very big company
Oh
in
wow.
Port Aransas. And I was like, how do I do this? How do
Mm-hmm.
I manage my clients I already have on top of becoming a full-time social media manager for this well-known resort in I would say resort rental business in Port Aransas. And I was like, you know what, let's just go for it. So I took on that job full time. I was still posting for myself, but not really consistently because when you're a full-time social media manager, you don't have time to create for anybody, especially yourself. Some people do it. I couldn't.
Right.
That job was just so new to me and I just went all in and I absorbed everything and I filmed everything, I created everything. So when it came to actually posting for myself, I had no energy to do it. I was like, no,
Right.
I'm not doing this for myself anymore. So fast forward, I am engaged and actually was engaged when I got the job. And I slowly was posting for myself just a little bit on TikTok, nothing crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I was not posting on Instagram. I would just post like the occasional picture, a story. I posted a lot of stories, but I never posted on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was engaged, started a little bit posting my engagement story, definitely started posting my wedding journey. And then that's when I started to get a little bit more consistent on it. Things were going kind of well on TikTok. I was like, huh, maybe I'll keep doing this. And then I got pregnant.
Mm.
And then I was like, okay, I definitely started posting my pregnancy journey. And then I was in my third trimester. I was 33 weeks. I was actually like 30 weeks. Actually, I was probably like 20 weeks already wanting to quit my job
Oh
because I
wow.
was done.
Yeah.
I was like, y'all, I'm in pain. I couldn't even walk. My pelvic pain was insane. Like I was done when I
Yep.
was pregnant. So come 33 weeks, I put in my 2 weeks, and that was my dream job. Like I loved working over there in Port Aransas. That's what I wanted to do. And so I ended up quitting my job. I was a stay-at-home wife, and I was like, what am I gonna do? Like, I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom for the longest time, and then I became a stay-at-home mom, and I was like lost. I had no idea
Right.
who I was anymore. I was just alone. I have all of these creative juices flowing. Like, how am I supposed to utilize this? So that's when I started really consistently
Mm-hmm.
posting for myself every single day. So
Yeah.
I've been posting for myself every single day since I was in my third trimester, basically.
Right.
And I've been going ever since. And that's where that started. I posted my newborn journey, postpartum, everything until now. And then I slowly created my small business and we're kind of growing together. So
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of where I got started. And I also started posting on Instagram. Man, what month are we in? May. I would say maybe December
Mm-hmm.
of last year, maybe November. um, I was just so nervous to post on Instagram because to me that was more of like the intimate, people know me on here.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody knew me on TikTok. So like I felt
Oh,
easier to post over there because I felt like it was a different crowd that didn't know who I was. But it's easier to hide on TikTok than Instagram because you can see who's watching your stuff. You can see who's commenting on your stuff and everything. You can't really do that on TikTok,
yeah.
like down to the nitty gritty. And I was like, everybody's already watching this. Like they're watching the same things on TikTok. Just post it on Instagram. So I did, and it did so well. And I
Yeah.
was like, you know what? So now I just cross post on both platforms and reach two different audiences, and it's so much fun. But that's
Yeah.
kind of where I got started.
Nice. Yeah. I follow you on TikTok and on Instagram. Now going back to what you mentioned with Instagram, how it was more like you had a lot of family there. Were there any like worries? Because I know that's like a lot of people's big thing is like, oh my God, what are these people? You know, the best mindset is to just like, who cares what people think? But in the back of your head, did you ever feel like, I don't want my family to judge me? I don't want my family to think are like weird or like, you know, cringe? Because everybody has to start somewhere, you know, so you
Yes.
slowly grow. So like, how did you feel with that?
So I definitely had that worry, and it wasn't from my family, honestly. My family, I've always been the type to like want to be kind of in front of a camera
Yeah.
or recording or posting in some way. So they were kind of already used to it. My fear was like my in-laws, my husband's family, because I was like, man, what are they gonna think?
Mm-hmm.
But everybody in my family and my friends have always been so supportive since I started.
Yeah.
And I think once they kind of saw like the numbers growing, they were like, oh, she knows what she's doing. Like she's not just talking to herself, but at the same time, even if I was talking to myself, despite how many numbers there are, I still would have been doing it. I still
Right.
would be doing it till today.
Yeah, that's a really good mindset to have. And then fast forward, like, you know, now you're building this platform and you have your small business going. So what does like the typical week look like juggling both of those? And then not to mention you're a mom, a wife, like, and I see you on social media, you know, you're going to the store and you're picking up your coffee and stuff. So how does a typical week look like for you that has to juggle all that?
Truly, every single day looks different for us. I don't really have a plan. I don't
Mm-hmm.
have a game plan. All I know is like, okay, let's say like this last week, I started going to Pilates, right? I
Mm-hmm.
used to work out all the time. I had not worked out in a very, very long time. And I was like, you know what? No, I need time for myself. I do,
For
because I was
sure.
going nuts. And it honestly will reflect onto my content.
Mm-hmm.
Like sometimes you can kind of tell when I'm like, oh, I'm doing this, 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 and this. And then I'll just post, I just got coffee. And
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, that day for me, I was exhausted and
Mm,
I just like I needed to post something, you know?
right.
So my everyday life truly just looks like I wake up, I feed the baby, I tend to him first, I get him fed, I play with him, I do whatever he needs first.
Mm-hmm.
And then once we're up, we're dressed, ready for the day, we're going to get coffee. Like that's a must. That's what we do.
Yeah.
I have an espresso, but we're gonna go get coffee. We're gonna get out
Yeah.
of the house.
Yeah.
And I've always, especially during my postpartum, like freshly postpartum journey, my husband always made it a point to get us out of the house. Like he knew I needed to get out of the house. So he was actually would pack us up, we'd get in the car and he would drive me to a coffee shop. And I would try a new coffee shop every day till I find one I liked. And he really helped me with that. So I
Mm-hmm.
think what I'm glad is that we kind of got into that routine as the baby was so young. It's just getting out of the house.
Yeah.
So my every day, I'm not even gonna lie, like every single day looks different for us.
Yeah.
I will have some sort of a game plan for the week. Like, okay, I know I'm doing that on that day. I'm gonna do
Mm-hmm.
that on that day, but I don't know what else I'm gonna do that day. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to film tomorrow, but I'm going to
Yeah.
film something.
Yeah. And yeah. According to your content, or speaking of your content, like how do you come up with the ideas? Like I know you said every day is different, but I know there's some videos that you have like certain um what am I trying to say, topics in your content. So how do you come up with the ideas to make sure that they're resonating with your audience?
Truly, I really I read every single comment that I get. I read every single message that I get and I respond to all of them. I like to know what some so much. I like to know what people want to see, but I also like to know how they're responding to my content because it really is my everyday life. And I don't do anything I don't know, I don't do anything pretty crazy. But also the bare minimum to people is interesting. And that's what I learned as a creator and as a viewer. I like seeing people do the absolute like bare minimum and it's so interesting to me. And that's what I learned that people really just like seeing a real every single day life what I
Mm-hmm.
do. And again, if the camera wasn't on, we'd be going every single day like this anyways.
Yeah.
So when it comes to like the ideas and the topics, I will sit there sometimes and think, man, I have not, what am I doing tomorrow? Tomorrow I'm going to my aunt's house tomorrow. We're gonna go have a pool day. I'm not gonna film the entire pool day, but I might film us maybe there snippets of it, but I don't really know what I'm going to do yet
Mm-hmm.
tomorrow. But I'm gonna figure it out.
Right.
But it's also like I'll share maybe an entire day of my life. I really don't do a whole day in my life. I either do the morning or I do the evening. I just post something what I naturally did that day.
Yeah.
I used to in the beginning, and I feel like in the beginning, I definitely would plan this out. I would plan out my content. I would plan out my topics, my ideas, which isn't bad to do. I think that's such a great way to stay organized. But I'm not an organized person. I'm not. I am full chaos. And so I feel like when I was planning out strategically my content, I would stress myself out a lot. And I'm
Mm.
like, man, I need to do this. This has to be perfect. I have to get this right angle. Like, it has to be great. And I'm not good at that. I recently just filmed a try on haul and like 2, 3 days ago, maybe even a week ago. And that video was so hard for me to do, which is crazy because when I film my daily vlogs, I seriously take one take of the clip. All I do is like if I'm walking around, let's say I'm at the store, I just got to HB, I'm gonna do blah blah blah. I put my phone down, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
And I do what I do and I just get the single clip. So when it came to me setting my phone up, trying on the outfit, talking to the camera, I did like 50 takes. And I was
Mm.
like, this is so annoying. Like, why is this so hard for me to do?
Yeah.
Such an easy video. But when it comes to a daily vlog, that's so much easier for me. So I think
Yeah.
it's like the effort of trying to just make the good video is harder for me. I don't know if that makes any sense, but
Yeah. It's like easier to go with the flow.
yeah, then I don't know, trying to be perfect. I don't know. I'm
Right.
definitely not perfect, but I do put a lot of effort into my content,
Yeah.
but it's tough. It definitely is.
Yeah. And so now, because of that, like you said, you're always chaos, you're always go, go, go. Like, do you ever experience any sort of like social like burnout or like content burnout? Like, you're just like, I need a break. Because, like you said, you've been go, go, go every single day. So, at what point does Sierra like take a break?
Yeah, I definitely. So I think I was on a good streak for months. And then it wasn't until I think maybe last month, maybe 2 months ago, I finally broke that streak. And it was usually, honestly, it's probably on a Sunday. And Sundays are my days. I'm at church, I'm with my family. Those are my rest days.
Mm-hmm.
And I usually always unplug on a Sunday. And this one Sunday, we went to church. We had the best day. It was calm. It was just peaceful. I just had a good reset and I didn't film anything. And I was like, it's okay.
Yeah.
And I just didn't post. That's it. I didn't post an explanation. I just didn't post. And that was it. And it doesn't get too severe. I never let it get severe or that stressful because I'm pretty good at like noticing like I'm freaking tired.
Mm-hmm.
And especially because I just put all of my energy into taking care of my baby and what he needs and things that I can do for him all day into all night, all morning. And so when it comes to filming, I think that's why I try not to put so much effort and pressure on myself because I have him to worry about. That's where all
Right.
of my effort goes to.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think whenever I do have those tired days, I just take it and I just rest. And now I have lately, I might take a day off and then I won't post. I don't care. It doesn't hurt me. It doesn't bother me. And I'll just pick back up the next day.
Yeah. That's really good. Yeah, I mean, everybody deserves a little break every now and then. And then with your small business, tell everybody about Hey Howdy Hi and what it's all about.
So Hey Howdy Hi started honestly just out of I don't know, for fun, my mom and I had went to Hobby Lobby in Cal Allen
Hmm.
because there's a cute new one out there. I mean, it's not new, but it's like new to us because it's so far. And so we went there and I saw all of these hats and I was like, I kind of want to make a patch hat. She was like, do it, why not? So I bought everything. I bought like 7 hats and just for me, like these were for me. And then I bought a bunch of patches. And then my birthday was the next week. My mom bought me a hat press, and then all of my friends bought me like patches from Amazon. I was like, cute, like, thank y'all. And then so I made myself a hat. And at the time, I was posting just content, vlogs, and I posted in the vlog, I made myself a hat. Well, so many people messaged me and they were like, I want a hat. I want one. I want one. And I was like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm not selling these. And they're like, I want one. I want one. I want one. And my mom was like, you should sell hats. And I was
Hmm.
like, no. I was like, and this was before I ever thought of ever having a business. I was like, no one's gonna buy anything from me. Like, why would somebody buy something from me? Like, no, absolutely not. I'm a
Yeah, like
fraud. Like, why would
imposter
I?
syndrome.
Yes, 100%. Imposter syndrome. And I was like, I can't sell something. Like, no, I don't even know where to start. So then that's basically where it started. I listened to my followers and I made hats that whole week. I think I made like 7 hats and I posted them on Instagram stories and they all sold in like 20 minutes. They were gone. And I
Wow.
was like just sitting there like what just happened? Because I posted on my story. I posted them all to my story and it was like I want it, I want it, I want it. And I was like, I haven't even told you how much this hat is. And granted, they're not expensive, but like I was just mind blown. So then I did it again next week. That next week, I think I made like 15 hats. Those all sold. And then I did it again. Those all sold. And I was like, dude, what's going on? Like, what's really happening right now? So that's when I kind of took a step back. I was like, okay, what am I doing? What do I want? What do I want to do long term? So that's when I created Hey Howdy Hi. And right now, I make patch hats. I make a lot of my own fun designs on hats as well. I started branching out into shirts, sweatshirts, all of this stuff. And I always thought about how creators, they grow and they have this big platform and they have all of these followers and then they create a brand. And I was like, you know what? I don't want to do that. I don't want to wait until my platform is bigger. I want to start now. So I was like, you know what? As I'm growing my platform, I'm going to grow my small business with it. So that was kind of my goal. And right now, we have a lot of fun things coming in. I know Hey Howdy Hi to some might just look like a hat bar, but there's so much more behind it that
Yeah.
I haven't even announced yet. So it's a lot of fun. My goal with it is to honestly I don't know, like my goal with Hey Howdy Hi is truly to meet people and to just bring light to their life in some way. Because the pop-ups I've done when I'm making people's hats, I have met the sweetest people and just talking to them, to me, the hat bar is just that bridge so I can get to meet somebody new.
Yeah.
And that's my favorite part of doing the pop-ups. Even people that order a hat on Instagram, I can just talk to them. And that's the fun part to me is just meeting people that I don't even know and that don't even know me. But to me, I think that's why I started this is to just encourage everybody out there to not just become a creator, but how I started, or if they want to start their own business, if they want to start their own hat business, I give them all the encouragement.
Yes, that's so good. Like you said, like you have your platform, might as well use it. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like I know that's how you branch off and you advertise for yourself. Would you ever say that you feel that one is like kind of pulling from the other? Like, is there at any point that you feel like you're focusing more on your content than your business, or vice versa?
Definitely, I think that can happen. So for like right now, I have events coming up. So I had all of these pop-up events. And so I was like, you know what? I'll let those events do their thing. And I'm just gonna keep doing mine on content. So there hasn't been a lot of stuff posted on Hey Howdy Hi, but also we are doing some sort of brand refresh. So I can't really post anything right now.
Hmm.
So I do think sometimes I will lean more on my vlogs than on creating stuff, but I also just can't post the new stuff that's coming because they're not done yet. It's
Right.
not done yet. I want to post the process and I will, but it is a lot of juggling back and forth doing vlogs on both,
Hmm.
which I was doing for a little bit, but it does get pretty crazy. So I think just trying to balance it out is my main goal right now.
Yeah. And so, what advice would you give to somebody who wants to I guess not only start, recording content, somebody who's afraid to put themselves out there, but also somebody who wants to start a small business. So somebody essentially who wants to be just like you in a way, like, content creating, build a platform and use your business to promote it. So yeah, what advice would you give to somebody who wants to do that?
Man, I would give so much. I would just tell them, like, you cannot expect the world to love you, and you can't look for acceptance in the world. Do not expect the world to accept you, basically. And don't go out seeking approval from people you don't know. Just create what you want to create. And you're going to learn along the way your style, the vlogs. Take your time and don't be too hard on yourself because it's just a video, it's just social media. Also, think a lot, put effort, but don't be too hard on yourself about what you create because, again, stress will just, stress will reflect onto your audience and just genuinely be yourself. Um, the way you are in person, the way you talk to your friends, do that on camera.
That's really good
Don't put on a
advice.
filter, don't put on a face. I mean, if you want to put on a filter, go ahead. But like, don't put on a personality filter, like
Yeah.
be yourself, like truly just know who you are and be that same person online.
Yeah, wow, that was really good advice. Yeah, so for anybody listening, yeah, take that and do what you want with it. That was really good. Let's see. So what else is next? What's next for Hey Howdy Hi? What's next for Sierra? What does the future look like?
So right now, I actually had a fun meeting with some of my favorite creative girls in Corpus. We have a lot of fun collabs coming up. Not going to say anything yet, but some fun collabs coming up from a lot of local businesses that I love so much. And I think we're going to host a very fun collab event. So that's what we have coming up. I have some pop-ups coming up this summer. Um, just a lot of fun things that I
Yeah.
can't really unleash yet, but
Yeah.
Hey Howdy Hi is just getting started. I have a whole outline for what I want this to be, and right now we're just in the beginning stages, and I just can't wait to see what it can become and what it will become.
Yes, I love that so much. I know I'm definitely going to be on the lookout for that. So where can everybody find you on social media, website, anything that you'd like to plug?
So my Instagram and my TikTok, actually, I'm sorry, my personal Instagram is underscore Sierra Guajardo 26. My TikTok is Sierra Elise Guajardo. And then my small business is at Hey Howdy Hi, shop Hey Howdy Hi. And my website is shopheyhowdyhi.com.
Perfect, perfect. Yes. So, if you are local to Corpus Christi, in all surrounding areas, or even from far, you can give Sierra a follow. You can show her some love on her for her business. And yeah, I think that's it. Was there anything else you wanted to go over, discuss?
No, this was so much fun. It
This
was so
was
nice talking to
fun.
you.
Yes, so nice to formally meet you. I know
Yes.
I've like popped in on your lives every now and then yeah. So it was just really fun that we were able to finally do this, and
Thank you so much.
yeah, we'll see what the future holds, and I know I'll definitely gonna be looking out for it. So everybody else go and find it too. Thank you so much, Sierra. This is a great conversation. I hope you have a great
Thank
rest
you
of the
so
day.
much. I can't wait to see it. Thank you so much. Y'all have a good day too.
Yes, yes. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.